Let's see if we've got him now. We're going to try again with Andrew White. Andrew, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me good?
Yes. Much better now. All right. No, so I was just asking you about your experience so far through 2 games with these guys. What do you like about this team's roster, this year's roster?
Yeah, I was just saying that, because you have to win 6 games in a row, a lot of times each game kind of calls for something different. So I think we can cover that in a lot of different ways, and the more bodies you have that can help, the better. So in this game in particular, physical team that's pretty good inside and out and shoots threes well, pretty versatile wing scores. So I think putting size out there, trying to win that rebounding battle, and defend their three-point shooters will be a key for us.
You've played in this event a few times now. What keeps you coming back? You know, when you get the call about Boeheim's Army, what keeps you saying yes to these guys?
Yeah, it's just a good opportunity to play high-level ball before I start, my pro season. Good to get back to Syracuse. It kind of allows me to get back to town once a year and check out all my old coaches and teammates and be around the current SU guys. So just a good environment, good atmosphere, get to be around the fans again. So I enjoy it.
We were talking about this earlier in the week about, a guy like you who only spent 1 year here, but it was a memorable year. You set a school record, most made 3-pointers in a single season. The fans embraced you, and I feel like, you're a guy that even though you were here for 1 year, you're Syracuse for life. At least that's the way the fans are going to look at it. How do you look at it? I mean, do you have a special place in your heart for Syracuse, New York?
Yeah, absolutely, because I was able to kind of come in and be embraced. And that's always good, and I get to relive that a little bit each year I come and play in this event, and it's just always amazing to see, the kind of love that I get here despite, that season that we had. So it's good. I'm appreciative of it and just glad to have a college that I can call home and be embraced by.
I do want to ask you about your first game here in the TBT this summer. From what I understand, you had just flown here from Australia like the night before, right? I mean, you were here less than 24 hours before you're taking the court and dropping in 20 like it was like it was no thing for you to go out there and do that. Is that right? You flew here the day before the game?
Yeah, I had a flight that got canceled that would have gotten me here Friday afternoon local time, and the next flight going out was Sunday, which would have got me here Sunday local time. So, yeah, that put me here exactly 24 hours before the game. I landed at 7 p.m. and tip-off on our first game day Monday was 7 p.m. So, I felt good, got some rest, and I knew I just needed to kind of focus in and just dial it in for 15, 20 minutes or so, and then had a lot of time to get some rest. And I knew we had a roster and had a team where, those guys could cover for me. So wasn't a whole lot of pressure. Just wanted to come out and do what I could and happened to have a pretty good game.
Yes, you did. Missed one shot that night. I mean, what is the jet lag like for that? I mean, I've never been to Australia before, but I'd imagine that the jet lag is no joke.
Yeah, jet lag, a good way to explain it, you just feel like your body's kind of in override. You're a little disoriented, most of the time a little dehydrated. So it's just a weird feeling, a little heavy in the legs, but you learn to play through it, and this is high stakes basketball. I don't really have time or place to be out making excuses. You got to perform, got to make it happen because it's win or go home each night. So, but yeah, the jet lag is definitely no joke. I mean, Australia is pretty far out there. I did about 20 hours of flying in total over a 24-hour period.
Man. We talk about the fact that you're playing in Australia. When you look at your basketball journey, you've been all over the place, right? You've been to the G League, you've been to the NBA, you've been overseas to the point where you're playing in Australia. Can you, I guess, bring everybody up to date on what your basketball journey has been like since you left Syracuse and how you ended up where you are right now?
Oh yeah, if I would have known kind of this would be in the cards for me, after. 6 years out, and he would have told me this would be what it was after coming out of school. I mean, no way I could have anticipated that. So it's been a lot of good, some bad, but I think just appreciate appreciative to kind of still be in the mix, playing high-level basketball, being healthy, being in safe environments where I could continue to play. So all in all, I say it's a pretty good experience, and I still feel like I got a lot of years left.
All right, let's circle back now to tonight's game. It's the game everybody wanted to see, right? It's the 1 seed against the 2 seed. It's the last two champions going head-to-head. I mean, this blue-collar U team is 12-1 in this event since they started playing in 2021. I'm sure you've had a chance to study up on them and maybe even watch a little bit of what they've been able to do this week in Syracuse. What stands out to you about this blue-collar U squad?
They have a little bit of chemistry because, like you said, they've been in it a couple years now, so they know what it takes to win. I think they blend with each other well, and they're tough. I mean, normally the tougher, more together team wins in this event more times than not. So, that's going to cause for good competition, and we have guys who have won and played at a high level as well. So, looking forward just to bringing our best, and we're going to need that to win the game.
What do you think tonight's game comes down to?
It's going to come down to rebounding, guarding the rim, and the three-point line. I think that's always a key. And, it's going to be a hard-fought game. Whoever could get out there, be tougher, and just make those winning plays will come out with the win. It's kind of unique because you only have 28 minutes of true game time plus the Elam ending. So normally, those games are tight, and it just comes down to making those winning plays on both sides of the ball. But I think we have enough pedigree on our bench and our lineup to get this thing done. So, strength in numbers, and we're confident.
And then last question for you. I know we touched on the fans a little bit at the beginning of this interview, but the fact that you've got the hometown support and that, 95% of the people in the building tonight are going to be pulling for Boeheim's Army, how much does that help in a close game situation?
Oh, yeah, it'll definitely be major for us. We're looking forward to getting as many people there as possible. And, it's always a big thing for us to just protect our home court and to win in the city of Syracuse and do it for those fans. But, I know those guys as well are going to embrace kind of, being against the fans that we have. So, we're looking forward to them. Hopefully they're loud. Hopefully they can show up in numbers, and we're looking forward to getting this thing done for them.
Should be a great one. Again, 8:45 pregame here on ESPN Radio. We'll have the game for you starting at 9 o'clock. Andrew, thanks so much for coming on. Best of luck tonight and continued success to you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Andrew White joining us here on the show. And with that, we'll hit a timeout. We've got another guest coming up on the other side of the break. John Ryan will join us with his best bets heading into the weekend. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.